All right, hey Marcus, it looks like you're working on fractions again. So I gotta ask, if you're working with fractions, is let's say I've got this fraction 3/4 or 3/4. Where's that top part there called?
The numerator.
Okay, perfect. And what is that bottom part called?
The denominator.
Sure, and can you tell me what those mean? So what does that numerator mean?
It means how many, like, you get?
Yeah, it's how many of those pieces that you get. And what does the denominator mean?
How many are in total?
Right, so if we were to draw this circle over here, it would be 4 equal parts, and you get 3 of those equal parts, right? Makes sense. Okay, so let's go to these word problems here. And so it says, if a paper shredder can shred 2/5 of a stack of paper in 16 minutes, how many minutes would it take to shred the whole stack of paper? So the first question maybe we should ask is, what are we looking for? Are we looking for the part, the shaded part, or are we looking for the whole?
It's shaded.
Here, can you read that out for me? Yep.
If a paper shredded can shred 2/5 of a stack of paper in 16 minutes,
Yeah, and then how many?
how many minutes would it take to shred the whole stack of paper?
Right, the key part there being whole stack of paper. So actually, the thing we need to find is the whole. So let's go ahead and write over here the fractions or the numbers that we do know. What's the fraction going to be?
2/5.
Right, so let's just write that over here. And what else do we know?
I guess it took 16 minutes to shred it.
Yeah, so we know that 2/5 of, and we don't know the whole, right? Something makes us our 16, right? Makes sense. So this one over here, that way I don't have to keep drawing circles all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, which circle do you think we should use for 2/5?
This one.
Perfect. And so let's go ahead and shade this one in. So it's got 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what are we looking for again? The part or the whole?
The part.
We're looking for the whole in this case, because when we reread the question, it says, how many minutes would it take to shred the whole stack of paper? So what we're looking for is this full circle. And what we do know is it's 2/5, and that the shaded part here is going to be worth 16 altogether. So then the first question is going to ask ourselves, what's 1/5 or one of these slices going to be equal to?
If 2 slices are 16,
Yeah,
then 8.
perfect. So we've got 8 here, and that's going to keep going, right? So 8, 8, and 8, and instead of adding those all together, what are we going to do? 8 times
5.
perfect, which gives us
40.
40. So sure enough, over here, we can write it takes 40 minutes. Okay, let's try doing the next one, or let's try doing number 3 over here, which is, it says, Jackson has a rope that is 54 decimeters long. How long is 1/6 of the rope? So first question is, are we trying to find the part, or are we trying to find the whole?
The part.
Part, perfect. So let's go ahead and write the things that we do know. What's the fraction for this question?
1/6.
Perfect. And what do we know? If we know the whole, that's what we use to get the part, right? So what's the whole in this question?
It says 54 decimeters.
So we know that the whole, so 1/5, 1/6 of 54 is the part that we don't know, right? So let's go over here. Which one do we want to use for 1/6? I think this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole is going to be 54 like that, right? And what do we want to find? We want to find what 1/6 of that is, right? So like this. So my question for you is, how are you going to figure out what that one part is going to be?
I guess
Just guess a number.
maybe I could times since I have a fraction, the
Yeah.
denominator is 6, I could times something. Or maybe, is it 6?
Well, let's try it. So let's say that this slice is worth 6, right? How many equal parts are there? How many parts are there in total?
6.
So we would do 6 times 6 to figure out what that's worth, right? What's 6 times 6?
36.
36. Ah, it's a little short. It's a little short. So the main idea here is if we want to go the other way around, right? So if we want to find 6 times something is 54, the way we do that is to think of how many 6's go into 54. So 54 divided by 6.
So 54, so 6 times 9.
Right. So our each value here is going to be worth 9 all the way around. And so my question for you is, what is the value of 1/6?
9.
Just 9. So we over here, we can go ahead and put 9. And what's the unit that we're using here?
Decimeters.
Perfect.
So,
Okay.
Cool.